Good afternoon, everybody. This is Anjali, and I'm here to give my presentation on the topic sexual harassment and a glimpse on POSH Act, that is Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act. Now, before starting with my presentation, I would like to give a general idea on the sexual harassment and the way I have prepared my presentation. Like many people limit sexual harassment to some place, for example, workplace. But sexual harassment is not limited to any workplace, and therefore we need to talk and think about the sexual harassment on a broader perspective. Now, let's start with the presentation. Now, first we need to know what is sexual harassment. It is termed as an unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct for a sexual nature. Sexual harassment is a behavior, it is a mentality of the people. It is defined as an unwelcome behavior of sexual nature. And the very basic example of sexual harassment is a man whistles at a woman when she walks by. This is the very basic example of sexual harassment. Now, next we'll consider the ways of sexual harassment. Basically, there are four ways of sexual harassment, starting from the verbal sexual harassment. It includes whistling at someone, making sexual comments about a person's body, turning work discussions to sexual topics, telling sexual jokes or stories, making kissing sounds, howling, and smacking lips, asking personal questions about social and sexual life, making sexual comments about a person's clothing, repeatedly asking out a person who is not interested. Now, this is a very basic form of sexual harassment, and we can consider it as an indication of sexual harassment. The next is non-verbal sexual harassment. It includes staring at someone, looking at a person up and down, and looking at someone up and down is termed as elevator eyes. Blocking a person's path, giving a personal gift, following the person unnecessarily, displaying sexually suggested visuals, making sexual gestures with hands and body movements, making facial expressions such as winking, throwing kisses, or licking lips. The third way of sexual harassment is physical sexual harassment. Now, this is the worst way of sexual harassment because in this, a person tries to force himself on another person. And it includes giving a massage around the neck or shoulder, touching a person's hair, body, or clothing, hugging, kissing, patting, or stroking a person's body. Now, stroking, touching or rubbing oneself sexually around another person, but not so much when it comes to the physical way of sexual harassment. The fourth one is technical and electronic. Now, we all know that the social media has become an important part of our life. It came as a boon for us, but we human beings unfortunately again use it as a bane, and therefore social media also contributes to sexual harassment. Now, this includes electronically sending messages with sexual content, including pictures and videos, the use of sexually explicit language, harassment, cyber stalking, and threats via all forms of electric communication, emails, SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, 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 emails, text, pictures, videos, internet, posting, blogs, and for this quid pro quo type of sexual harassment. Let's read it once more. It is a latent term and it means this for that. This term refers to the condition placed on a person's career or term of employment in return of sexual favors. Now, this happens when a senior dominates a junior in the name of promotion and some monetary benefits. This type of sexual harassment happens with females who belong to a poor background or do not have a very strong financial support from their family sides, and sometimes those females who are sexually harassed in the name of promotion and monetary benefits, they generally are the only bread earner of their family, so they are forced or they face this kind of sexual harassment. Then another type of sexual harassment is hostile environment. It occurs when soldiers or civilians are subjected to offensive, unwanted, and unsolicited comments or behaviors of sexual nature. Classified as hostile if behavior unreasonably when they are captured by the enemy country. These kind of sexual harassments are one of the worst sexual harassment because they not only torture you sexually, physically, but they also torture you mentally in this procedure. Now, we'll we can see here a bar graph. Here I've collected the data from 2012 to 2018. The orange bar represents the year, that is 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And this yellow bar graph, they can show you, this shows us the number of cases. As we can see that there is not much variation in the yellow graph. This depicts us that sexual harassment is constant in our years. We all have been working towards it. There are many NGOs and there are many laws, but still there is no impact on the sexual harassment because it is not. It's a mentality of a person, and we cannot change it by just implementing some laws and awareing people. So that's the reason that the sexual harassment still prevails in our environment, and it's increasing. It's not decreasing. Even with education, also it's not decreasing. It's just increasing. Now, we will talk about the POSH Act. About this POSH Act, I'll give you a glimpse what it means. Now, POSH Act, it is a protection of women against sexual harassment at workplace and for the prevention and redressal of complaints of sexual harassment and for the matters connected therewith of the director. This means that if a woman is sexually harassed in a workplace by her boss or by a senior and anybody, so there she can file a complaint under this act. But again, this act is limited to the workplace, and we just can't limit sexual harassment to the workplace. Now, major contents of this act is foundation of the law, constitution of internal complaint committee. Now, internal complaint committee, we all know about this because we have filed an RTI on many departments inquiring about these ICC. Constitution of Local Complaints and Complaints Committee, inquiry with complaints, duties of employers, duties and power of district officer, and other requirement. With this, I'm done with my presentation, but I would like to conclude that we cannot study sexual harassment with one case because one case restricts us to one person and one experience. And again, I said in the starting, and I am saying it at the end also, that sexual harassment cannot be limited. It is an unlimited topic. And therefore, I made my presentation on a general report rather than focusing on one personal report. It would I would like to emphasize that sexual harassment is not limited to one place, one person, and one experience. Once again, thank you.